Hello all you beautiful humans out there in YouTube world. I'm Asonica and welcome to my bed. Because my room is absolutely freezing cold and it is 3 o'clock in the morning and I really just didn't feel like getting out of bed, I decided to make a video in my bed. Because why not? And I figured these videos would just be a nice way for me to kind of just casually talk to you guys without any of the formalities of me setting up really anything for these videos. So I'm going to start with a very odd announcement that I didn't think I was going to be making, but I've kind of been thinking about it and kind of talking about it to myself and journaling about it, and I've come to a very important conclusion. I am going to stop censoring myself. Oh great, now Asonica's going to be cursing all the time and she's never going to stop and it's going to be a complete disaster. Absolutely not. I do use curse words in my daily language and my vocabulary. And so while I don't use them often, I still use them, and I think that censoring myself has caused a lot of stress for me as a YouTuber, and it's very disingenuous to you guys because, well, I'm not being myself in front of you guys. So I will keep Tiny Tuesdays completely clean, like that's never going to be an issue. Like Tiny Tuesdays will remain a completely clean playlist, no cursing, no nothing. But as for my regular videos, like, I don't want to censor myself. There have been so many times where I've had to actually stop recording and then go back and re-record something because I cursed in it, and that's just not me. That's not who I am. So I want to make sure that I'm being as genuine as possible to you guys so that we can all kind of enjoy this experience and I'm not stressing over every little thing I'm saying. So with me being me in mind, there are a few things that I need to do. Okay, so that was just one thing. But, yeah, no, this is my daily look. I usually wear glasses, I don't usually wear contacts. I started taking off my glasses for recording because of the glare from my lights, but then I realized I was taking them off because I didn't want to be wearing them during recording because I thought they looked stupid. But that's not at all the case. I think I rock these glasses. And so now that I am completely and 100% myself in front of you guys, let's just get started. I do have some pretty severe anxiety, and pretty soon I will be introducing a little puppy to my life as an emotional support animal, so you guys will get to meet him, and that's super exciting for me. And so I'm going to share with you guys today 5 things that I do to help me calm down when I start to get anxious, and maybe if you don't have any tricks up your sleeve in order to help you, you'll be able to use some of mine or develop your own out of my own list so that you guys have at least a small toolbox in which to pull from if you guys ever are anxious. And even if you don't have anxiety, there are going to be moments where you're really stressed and you're overstressed and you start to feel that anxiety. So I want you to have like a little bit of a toolbox to pull from for when you need it. Okay, so before I even start the video, I want to stress the importance of a washing machine. Now, that may sound extremely funny, but it's actually a really great analogy that I talked about a few episodes ago in my Staley Parable episode, talking about how normal is just the setting on a washing machine. And even then, everybody's normal load is different. Everybody uses, they have more colors, they have more whites, they have whatever, and they have more darks or whatever, and every washing machine is built differently, and so there really is no such thing as normal, even in a washing machine. So don't think that this is a cookie cutter, clear toolbox of how to take care of your anxiety, because nobody's anxiety is ever going to be the same or manifest itself the same way. And so for me, I just want to give you guys some tips and tricks that I've learned over the years that help me with my anxiety, and you can take them, leave them, adapt them, anything that you need to do in order to help yourself with your anxiety. Now, this video isn't going to be like a, oh, she's being very serious, I have to be very serious video. We can still have fun. Anxious people have a lot of fun, and I know I personally have a blast. I'm in the Renaissance Fair, I do theater. Those dresses hanging up back there are costumes for a show that I am directing, and I wrote the piece for it. And so, yeah, I do a lot. Some people's level of fun might be a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that they're not having fun. Having anxiety or any kind of mental health disorder does not mean that you can't enjoy the life that you've been given. It just makes it a little bit harder to find where that joy is. So without further ado, here are some of my tips and tricks for handling my anxiety and living my life to the absolute fullest. Okay, so one of my biggest tricks that I have is finding a hobby that you really love that calms you down. So for me, that would be crocheting. I wanna show you guys. I usually have this in a giant bag, but here is about half, if not a quarter, of the yarn that I own that I will probably go through this month. And for me, I crochet all the time, and it's that mindless, tactile, like, I can do this while watching a movie. It just calms me down. It gives me like a sense of accomplishment, like I'm doing something. And then I'm making a hat for someone at the Ren Fair with this, and so I can make it for other people. It makes me feel good because I'm doing something nice for somebody else, and at the same time I am helping myself. So I think finding a hobby that you really love, and maybe if that hobby can benefit others along the way, it's going to make you feel more proactive about your anxiety and like you're doing something about it, rather than just shutting down, because I do that too. Don't even worry about it. Like, I shut down too, but I found that finding something that I love to do that's calming and makes me a little bit more proactive has helped a ton in my quest for relieving my anxiety, at least to some extent. So I'm actually working on a bit of a blanket right now, and so you guys can guess about what this is. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing yet, so yeah, you guys have fun with that. You guys guess what that is. I'm curious to see what you guys think it's going to be, aside from a blanket, and just how it's gonna look. So it's gonna be fun. Let me think about another thing. I did not script this ahead of time, in case you were wondering. So the second thing I do is I listen to music. So music for me has always been a really great way for me to like escape from whatever is going on and just kind of get myself into my own head, or out of my own head really, and just kind of focus on something else. So I'll crochet and listen to music, because why not? Why not incorporate the two? But yeah, no, I usually listen to a lot of music, or I'll watch YouTube, because YouTube's always been like a huge part of relieving my anxiety. Like, if I just feel overwhelmed, I'll go on YouTube and I'll find one of those YouTubers that just brings me joy and makes me laugh, just for, 20 minutes or so, just to kind of calm myself down, get myself back into a mode where like I can go back to doing homework, or I can sleep, because sometimes anxiety prevents you from sleeping. So finding those little things that are short, quick, sweet, like watching a YouTube video, watching an episode of, I don't know, my sister watches New Girl, listening to one of your favorite songs, like having a playlist for when you're anxious is really, really helpful, and it's something that I know has helped me. Okay, so my third one is pretty obvious. I game. That is a stress reliever for me in of itself. I love gaming. I had my first Game Boy handed to me when I was like 6 years old. It was the Game Boy Advance Color, and I've never put that thing down, ever. So yeah, no, I love it. As soon as I got done with that, I had the SP, then I had the DS, and then graduated to a Wii, and now I have my PS4, and I'm working on getting my Xbox One. And so yeah, no, I just love gaming, and I do a lot of PC gaming because I am a college student and I work and I travel a lot. I basically live in my car, which is why the background here is always changing. I do a lot of gaming, and it's just a huge stress reliever because it gives me some structure, I guess. The games are very structured that I play, at least the ones that I like to play are very structured, and they at least have a purpose to them. They have a set purpose, and that's what the purpose is for, and it kind of just gives me the opportunity to give someone else control. Even in horror games, I'm like, you know what, I have control, and like the game is in control, so it doesn't really make a difference to me whether or not like I feel in control, because I know there's still that element of control, and that like I'm getting out of my mind for a second and I'm not focusing on anything but the game, and that really, really does help me. So number 4 is pretty weird, but I also love it. So I have 2 things that I like to carry around with me as like, I guess like a security blanket, but I wouldn't call that because I'm not 6, but I am a kindergarten teacher, so that does kind of fall under the category of using the word security blanket. This is Fred. He's a velociraptor, and he has been in my wallet for the past 2 years. I transferred colleges 2 years ago, and I've kept Fred in my wallet as an opportunity for me to kind of have that friendly face, I guess, wherever I go. He's traveled all the way to Haiti with me, and so I've just always had something that I could travel with, something small, and it carries like a lot of memories because I've been all these different places with it, and it just carries a lot of those memories with it, and I think that's really something that's special. I have 3 things really. I have my pillow pet, Albert. He's an elephant, and he has gone on 4 or 5 missions trips with me, 3 of which were overseas, and then one that was in country. No, 2 that were in country. And so he's kind of just traveled to all these different places with me, and I've never gone on a missions trip. I got him when I was 16, and I have not gone on a missions trip without bringing Albert with me. The 3rd one, I almost really don't want to pull out because I don't want this to be one of those videos. So I'm not going to, because that would be like placing like, oh, I'm a fan of this YouTuber, and I don't want to do that. I don't want this video to be like, hey, look at me, I like this YouTuber. I really don't want this video to be about that, so know that there's a 3rd. And the 5th one kind of goes along with the first one. Find something you love and do it. So for me, it's theater. I'm directing a piece at my university, and I wrote the piece, and I'm loving every second of it. That's, again, I don't know if I talked to you about this, but that's what the dresses are for. Those dresses are for a show that I'm directing, because tech starts on Monday, and it's already 3 a.m. on Sunday. Hey look, my mom's up! It's already 3 a.m. on Sunday, and tech starts, I guess, tomorrow. So I have all of the costumes kind of sitting behind me at this moment. And I'm in the Renaissance Fair. I do a lot of theater at school. I take theater classes, and it's just something that I absolutely love to do. And so I just globbed onto that when I was a little kid, and I have not let go. And so I think it's really important that you find where your passions are and you find that thing that you love, which is awesome that I started doing YouTube, because I realized it's really a mixture of being in front of people, that theater-ish aspect of it, but also like the gaming aspect of it, and just being myself, because I don't get to be myself very often. I feel like I don't really let myself be myself very often, and so YouTube's really given me a platform to become more of who I'm supposed to be and more of who I want to be, without feeling like I have to be anybody. And I think the camera's really given me that opportunity, because even though I'm sitting here in my room looking at a camera, it really does feel like I'm talking to you guys, which is absolutely amazing. So I guess the biggest thing I can leave you guys with is just be yourself. Be who you want to be, not who everybody expects you to be, because I know that can really suck the life out of you. So find something that works for you, and just do it. Find a hobby, find something you love. I like to read, although I don't have a lot of time to read, which is why I crochet, because I can watch videos for school and crochet at the same time, or go to class and crochet at the same time, because I don't have a lot of time to read, because I have books to read for school and papers to write and exams to do, which I need to do tomorrow because I have take-home exams that need to be worked on. Oops. I think that's the most important thing, is just to be yourself and not really try to be anybody who you're not, because that's not working. And I know that, like, I've kind of tried to put on this face for you guys, but it's not working. And so I'm going to be really genuine with you guys from now on. And I'm not even going to try to take myself seriously, because that is just not who I am. And so what I'm going to leave you with is, hi, my name is Asonica, but my friends call me Ason. And this is who I am. And you need to be free to be you as well. You have a wonderful day, you beautiful humans.